Have you ever watched a movie adaptation of a book and felt like all your dreams came true when you saw your favorite characters come alive on the big screen? There is no feeling quite like it. Watching those actors breathe life into your beloved characters, who had refused to leave your mind even a long time after you turned over the last page of the book. And more than ever, Hollywood has been busy adapting books onto the big screen. There are movies that range from fan fictions gone viral to classic novels reimagined with modern storytelling techniques. And 2019 definitely seems to be the year for many adaptations coming through. But before you go check them out at the theater, make sure to grab the original book and give the characters a chance to liven up your imagination. Here are some amazing books to read before they become movies in 2019. After by Anna Todd. Movie releasing on April 12th. What started as a Harry Styles fanfiction on an amateur writer community, Wattpad has turned into a Simon & Schuster book franchise along with a movie coming out soon. Written by Anna Todd, the original Wattpad fanfiction managed to garner over 1 billion reads on the website. This caught the attention of publishing giant Simon & Schuster and got the amateur writer Anna Todd a six-figure multi-book deal. Wrapped up in controversy for its origin and depictions of certain sensitive matters like emotionally abusive relationships, you will either love After or find yourself making a 10-minute long YouTube video explaining why it is problematic. Either way, grab a copy for yourself and find out which side of the fence you stand on. 5 Feet Apart by Rachael Lippincott. Movie releasing on March 15th. I am getting a major The Fault in Our Stars vibe from this one. This story is about Stella, who needs to stay 6 feet apart from anyone or anything that could pass on an infection to her and jeopardize her position on the lung transplant list. And that's where Will comes in, who is sick and tired of the hospital and can't wait to turn 18 to leave it all behind. So what happens when these two fall in love? Definitely something, all right. Find out for yourself and get the story straight from the source material before you head out to watch Cole Sprouse and Haley Lou Richardson playing the lead roles in theaters this March. Where'd You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple. Movie releasing on March 22nd. What do you do when your agoraphobic mom goes missing right before a planned family trip to Antarctica? Well, that is exactly the question B is trying to answer as she collects emails, secret messages, and correspondence to figure out about her mother's mysterious disappearance. This dramedy about infidelity, misunderstood genius, and overall mother-daughter bonding is something you need to read before you see the live-action version portrayed by Cate Blanchett on screen. Where'd You Go, Bernadette is a perfect book to read. A little dash of comedy, a little bit of serious stuff, and a whole lot of exploring a mother-daughter relationship in today's world. Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Movie releasing on April 4th. Stephen King needs no introduction. He is the king of the horror genre, with books and a successful career spanning decades. And Pet Sematary is no exception to his trail of horror stories that have captivated audiences all over. Imagine trying to spare your daughter the heartbreak of having to deal with her favorite pet cat dying. So you bury it in a nearby pet cemetery of the new town that you just moved into. But what if the cat comes back alive the next day? Would you use this information later to revive a certain loved one from death? Well, read this book to find out, and treat yourself to the chillingly good writing of Stephen King, and experience the horrors of reanimation with Louis Creed and his family in Pet Sematary. The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Movie releasing on May 17th. With Yara Shahidi and Charles Melton set to play the main characters on screen, this beautiful story is being brought to life in the form of a movie this May. But the book itself is a New York Times bestseller, along with a plethora of other awards in its bag. The story follows two people from different walks of life that happen to fall in love over the span of a single day in New York City. Natasha is a 17-year-old Jamaican American who is due for deportation that day along with her family. she sets out to find a way for her to stay and get out of being deported. Meanwhile, Daniel is out feeling enormous pressure from his Korean-American parents to meet a Yale alumnus. He is looking for a sign from God, and that is when he sees Natasha at a subway station. And they both embark on an adventurous day in New York as they eventually spend time together and go through all those cliché romantic moments, but in the sweetest way possible. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, movie releasing on December 25th. Do you know how good and well-loved a book has to be adapted 8 times across various platforms, like feature films, TV shows, and even cartoons? Little Women, written by Louisa May Alcott, is coming to the big screen with Greta Gerwig as the director. It also has a lot of star power, with names like Emma Watson, Meryl Streep, and Saoirse Ronan among many others. The book itself is such a classic and well-loved tale that if you haven't caught up to it already, you definitely should before the movie hits theaters this December. Dive into the world of 1860s Massachusetts as the 4 March sisters, Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy, deal with life, poverty, and what it means to be a woman bounded within tight American social norms. All the while, they have to struggle with the absence of their father, who was out there in the American Civil War. This journey of the 4 March sisters and their growth is just as essential and refreshing now as it was upon its first release. Artemis Fowl by Eoin Colfer, movie releasing on August 9th. What do you think you'll get when you take a 12-year-old genius millionaire / criminal mastermind and add a dash of fairies that are not only armed but also dangerous into the mix? Well, you get Artemis Fowl, of course. Artemis kidnaps a fairy, Captain Holly Short, and plunges himself into this magical world full of gremlins, pixies, trolls, and demons, in order to restore his family fortune and grant his wishes. But the fairy world isn't the rainbows and softness that we have been accustomed to. Nope, these fairies have police, and even the Fairy Council. Written as a total of 8 science fiction books, the Artemis Fowl series is sure to add a little bit of that excitement into your reading life, especially if you're looking to get into another magical world full of wonderful plot and characters after the Harry Potter series. The movie adaptation is set to star Larry McDonald, Judi Dench, Miranda Raisin, and Hong Chow, among others. How are you liking your HitsBerry literature series that we publish every Friday? If you have any thoughts, suggestions, or recommendations on any of our videos, please let us know so that we know what kind of content to bring before you. If you like this video and would love to see more like this in the future, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon.